Hey y'all, this is a very special reading. I kind of give you a little bit of this in every reading, but today we're going to pull on the sort of shadow side of the energy in the place right now, whether it's Jupiter, whether it's the full moon, whether it's the eclipse, whether it's Aquarius. We are going to see sort of the energy reading for that shadow side. And if you're brave enough and you're interested enough in looking at sort of multiple aspects, and you're emotionally available enough to not be fed cotton candy readings, then this is for you. Okay? Welcome. Enjoy. Let's pull some good stuff. Or some shadow stuff. I think the best part about this sort of altar side, the side that maybe we don't show everyone, the side that maybe others don't show us, the side that doesn't get as much press, right? Is that we are able to learn so much from it. And we're able to develop a deeper understanding of humanity, of our soul's true purpose, of the purpose of life, this philosophy, this spiritual psychology that I talk about would be nowhere without a shadow side. So let's look at it. I just want 5 cards. I'm going to throw the universe a little loop because we don't do this kind of reading. Okay. You ready? The ultimate shadow side, right? The devil's on the bottom, so you know what that means. We got it right. This is the correct reading. Empress, right off the bat, y'all. Start by understanding there is a light and shadow side to the Empress. The Empress, the height of nurturing, earthy, beautiful, sort of receptive energy, has also a dark and a light. Look at the way that these 2 cards meet each other and how organic and natural that is. The Tower, 6 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, and the 6 of Cups. It's really pretty perfect, actually. It's really pretty perfect. All right, so let's get into it. I couldn't have designed it better myself. Good thing you saw me shuffle. Not like I would ever stop. Okay, so let's get the devil out of here. Underneath the devil, we have the 7 of Wands, 5 of Cups, 9 of Cups, Justice, Ace of Swords, on and on. Okay. So we don't really have to agonize over why the Empress is here. The Empress is here because that's who you are. And your place in this reading is front and center. First and foremost, you need to understand that this reading is for you. Whether you're a man or a woman, whether you identify or present either way or any way in between. You have a Empress energy, you have a feminine energy, and you have a masculine energy, and yeah. So the Empress exists in all of us. And ultimately, that's where you want to have a good balance with the Empress. Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Four of Cups reversed, Four of Pentacles. There seems to be some changes that you're going through, some insight, and the universe gives me this right off the bat, because if this resonates with you, then this reading is for you, and if it doesn't, this reading is probably not for you. So if this reading is for you, you've recently undergone some changes on a spiritual, emotional, deep level, and maybe there is no way to express how that has transpired. But either way, you are holding it close to your chest. Now, there may be a future where you are able to really investigate the changes that are occurring today, and you might be able to share these and help others get to that place too. But there is quite a bit of an awakening for you, and there's quite a bit of an investigation. But for now, holding it close to your chest and understanding these sort of supernatural experiences, these otherworldly things. I think, for some of you, it could come in the form of dreams, visions, things that you see out of the corner of your eye and you're like, what? And then there's nothing there. Even voices to a certain extent, but they're not going to be like direct voices like you might think. They're going to be very vague, sort of. It's going to come in your own voice, but it's going to be things that you haven't thought of before, right? Yeah, so this journey is exactly where you're supposed to be. And it is also, yeah, okay. I was going to say something else, but I'm not. The Tower, why is the Tower here? These are, these are the things that, I'm already getting the warning. You could, let me just preface, and I might save a lot of time when I'm pulling cards for clarifiers, but you might find yourself in somewhat of isolation. I mean, that kind of goes without saying. If you're thinking and feeling things that are sort of outside of your normal everyday conversation and discourse, then yeah. But also, it might give you a false sense of superiority. And I don't want that to happen. The universe doesn't want that to happen. Don't feel like you need to elevate or pontificate your place if you see no one around you. I think that can be an easy place to go. If you don't have any confidants, if you don't have any peers, if you don't have, if you're isolated in this spiritual sort of move, then it can be tempting to just sort of put yourself on a pedestal and elevate your position. And that is the opposite of the move that should be taken. And so the universe is warning against that. The universe is also warning that if you find yourself in a position to share with others, or to, let's say, your talent or your gift really busts open in the next couple of weeks, and you really get to another level of skill or success or notoriety. Don't let it go to your head. Don't celebrate every single little achievement that you make. Just like the humility, Elmo. Thank you. Sorry, guys. The humility of your place. Even if you are the shit, even if you are the queen of your little ecosystem and the talk of the town, and you're built like a supermodel, and you have a PhD in nuclear physics, and you are, like, even if you are the most amazing person, that humility will go a long way with the universe in terms of your spiritual practice. But again, like, I'm pulling on the shadow side. I'm pulling on the side that can get us into trouble, right? The side that can swerve us off course sometimes. And the side that also is imperative for us to dig deeper, especially when we're moving forward in our lives with a basis and a motivation that was built with habits and patterns and trauma that doesn't serve us anymore. Okay? All right. Wheel of Fortune's on the bottom of the tower. It's just a matter of timing. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen, this tower moment. I think for some of you, it's going to be much bigger than others. But this is this tower's particularly important in this deck, because this is the tower where this sort of reluctance to let go exists. So we talk a lot about the tower on this channel, but the tower is a card, is an energy that is meant to be moved through. So yeah, tower moments are incredibly difficult sometimes, and they are big lessons in ego, in perception, in our footing in this 3D world. They're big shifts in these experiences, and we can hold on to that moment so hard that we don't actually move forward from it and accept the changes that it gives. We just hang on to the tower. And that's where you're going to find a lot of people in a lot of trouble for years and years and years. Maybe you'll start seeing them now. Okay. So that's the warning from the universes, like, if the tower moment comes, let go. Let go of the house. Let go of the house, and you're going to build another one better. Ace of Swords. We did have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. Remember that. Ace of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. What did I just say about you building another house, bigger, better? If you let go, if you allow the process to change you. We forget that shadow side is transformative, and the only way that it's going to have a negative connotation, that the devil's going to stick around with the tower, is if we hold on and we don't allow it to transform us and we move through it. So there's that. You're close, very, very close to that occurring, and to you being able to build something entirely new and amazing with all the best ideas that you have, and with a manageable pace. Like, this is the good stuff. Ace of Swords. I mean, like, this is the kind of clarifier I want on, oh gosh, on the Lover's card, or on the Empress herself, Ace of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. This is sustainable, completely beneficent growth that occurs from your ideology, from your movement, from your desire, from your purpose. That's a lot. It's super, super, super heavy. Okay. Four of Swords. Why is it here? Oof. Four of Swords is another little shadow card. Four of Swords can be some things are missing. Some people are missing. Some truths are missing. Some things that need to be said are missing. Four of Swords. Why is it here? I've such a my body's super hot right now. That happens sometimes when I really hit a nerve between me and the universe. Okay, Four of Swords. King of Cups on the bottom. Chariot. Knight of Wands. Page of Wands. Yeah. So, Four Swords, King of Cups, driving it, the Chariot, the Knight of Wands, and the Page of Wands. You know, I think sometimes our purpose and our sort of life's work, when we get to our final destination, and we're thinking back of what we've accomplished in life, the shadow side is going to be the things that we didn't accomplish, right? And we're going to have trouble sometimes pushing through with our purpose. But listen, oh man, there's such a lot, and I'm sorry because I'm really at a loss for words. It's so powerful. You know, I work with the boomer generation and older in my regular work. In a way, I work with them. I don't work with them exclusively, but I work for them in a lot of ways. And the difference between those folks who have followed their passion, their life's purpose, and those who have not, who have succumbed to the challenge of it, who have succumbed to the hardship within it, who have, you know, not seen their obstacles as the way forward. The difference between those two groups is incredible. And by the time they get to be the age where I see them, there's not a lot of folks who haven't lived their purpose. You see what I'm saying? Because the folks who let life's challenges push them back aren't with us anymore. That's the shadow side, right? Nothing except life itself. Nothing except the challenge of life itself. I'm going to move on past this. I think I already talked about this enough. And Six of Cups. Six of Cups, immediately there are going to be soulmates as well as serious connections. And a soulmate can be a love relationship, it can be a family relationship, it can be a friend, it can be somebody who stops on the side of the road, it can be like your soulmates come to you in various packages, okay? And you probably knew that, but Um, they touch your life for a minute or for a lifetime. But indelibly, there are those soulmates who are here to help you learn a lesson, whether they know that or not, right? Sometimes we just work within the direction of the universe and doing our thing, or we think it's our thing when it's actually for a greater purpose. So there are some folks who you might have already experienced as um, challenging to your beliefs, challenging to the way that you grew up, to how you operate and move through the world. And some of them will be soulmates, and some of them won't be soulmates, and some of them you'll be very interested in joining forces with and seeing if you can collaborate and learning their point of view. And some of them you will not be interested in. But a lot of them will have lessons that are hard to learn. And those hard learned lessons are part of the shadow side, right? That's part of the juice. That's part of the sauce of living, is getting those lessons. Yeah, that's not pretty, but man, if we can move through it with a level of elevation and grace that gives us the opportunity to learn from them. I know sometimes it's frustrating, right? I get it. And sometimes it's, especially if you believe in like multiple lifetimes, right? And like reincarnation, it's like, why do I have to learn this all over again? I'm pretty sure I figured this out the last life. Hey man, I do not make the rules. All right, we have the Eight of Swords on the bottom for the Six of Cups. I do understand that though. King of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. And the Fool. Yeah, I think you do have some of these folks who you're going to meet along the way who have these soul connections, who have this tie to you that you can't get out of your mind. You're going to know that it's a soulmate if you can't get them out of your mind. Even if you should, even if you like, yeah, you're going to find a way to think about them because they still matter, because there's an energy there that's not solved. There's a karmic debt. There's something up. There's a lesson you need to learn, basically, right? Sometimes these energies come in. Sometimes these energies are also driven by ego, and ego is one of those mutable sort of energies that can be very beneficial, right? We need ego to transport us through the world because it's how we see ourselves. But when it kind of, gets out of control and maybe we become false, or maybe our narrative that we're putting out into the world is false, it can get a little out of control. But some of these people are definitely going to challenge your own ego. Okay? And the universe is like, whatever you do, do not be false if you can help it. Sometimes you might be swayed. I know sometimes it's easy to sort of fall into a pattern with somebody, especially if they're stronger, or if you really are just, the vibe is good, and it's easy to fall into a pattern with someone and sort of assume their own ego personality, or maybe try to be like them. Man, you just really want to be like them. The universe says try to keep your authenticity as much as possible. It's okay to try on different ways of being, different sort of skills and different ideas, and it's okay to try out as many things as you want, as long as it's not hurting anybody else, right? But always sort of keep your roots grounded in your own self, what you remember to be your own self. A while back I gave a suggestion for those who were about to have a little challenging moment with their significant others, or with somebody coming in. Is like if you could have a picture of yourself, of your person at 5 years old, and try to remember that that's sort of on many levels that emotional operation is coming from a 5-year-old. And I mean that a completely compassionate way, and not in at all a derogatory way, but a way of understanding their inner child, right? So maybe do that with yourself when you find yourself challenged, or when you're like, wait, hey, all of a sudden I like this thing now, and I'm like, let's say it's a total example. It's like all of a sudden I'm buying a lot of crystals and I wear only white. When did that happen? Like, how come I'm not wearing the rest of the clothes in my closet? Just to kind of ground yourself. Just find a picture of yourself when you were about 5 years old, and get back to that moment. And this is just very high level, very basic stuff. Just get back to that. See, remember what that was like. All right. The Six of Wands. Because the universe is like, yeah, the shadow side of this connection piece of it is you don't know where you knew these people before. It's past life or this connection. We have no idea, right? So the tendency to sort of want to be like them might be pretty strong. And, that's how cults happen, okay? Five of Wands is on the bottom for the Six of Wands. The King of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Whoa. Yeah, this aspect of it is kind of a big deal. There's a celebratory aspect of it that you want to feel, and I get that. So, it's not just about pride. It's not just about adulation that you might get from others. That's this girl's doing a performance, right? And there's celebration. It's not just about that, but the universe says be wary of that. Because wrapped in that sort of vibe, there is the potential to have a false narrative built really quickly. And that could bring a lot of things into your life that might seem beneficial that aren't necessarily good for the greater good, What else can I say about that? Just, be humble. That's it. Basically, anything Kendrick says, just pay attention to it. Try to live your life. Except for a few things that he said. Trust me. It's okay. It's good. But in terms of all you ever wanting is a Black Grand National, that's perfectly acceptable. All right. I said that like such a freaking English teacher or something. No, kids, I'm cool too. I listen to Kendrick. Okay, see what the universe does to me? That's me right now, right? That was all a show, guys. That was an example. That's how not to behave, okay? Okay. Good. Glad I could provide that for you. It was all a plan. No, but seriously, I love Kendrick. All right. Guess what flies out? The only card that we were missing from this whole scenario. Of course, the swords cards. The 10, the 9. Maybe those will come up. Ooh, it's big time energy, you guys. It's big time energy. And, there's a lot of things out there that you might see as shadow side that are like shadow adjacent, that are tinted shadow, that are barely like, they're high noon shadows. You know what I mean? going to start saying that in readings now. They're high noon shadows. Barely there. You can barely see them. Okay. But on the other hand, I would be absolutely false if I were to tell you that there aren't real monsters out there, right? And God knows we have to protect ourselves from those monsters. So if that's what getting in touch with the shadow side means to you, I would caution you very strongly. Because if you have been affected by a real dark 3D real-time devil, not just the negative energy I talk about, but a real-time devil, and you're dealing with some serious trauma, then stop. Absolutely do not go in this direction and get yourself straight through whatever healing you need to do, whether it's with therapy or friends or self-discovery, and really stay in as much light and love as you possibly can. Because what I'm talking about is not for someone who's still in a healing journey. Okay? Very clear about that, please. Can be really nasty shit if you still have a tie to trauma and you start dipping your toe into shadow on purpose. Okay? Okay. I should have said that at the onset, but I wasn't thinking. Strength comes out. These cards aren't going to come out 1, 2, 3 for me. They are not. So I'm just going to wait for the other one, if there's another one, to fly out. You can't own your monsters before you heal around them, before you examine, at least in my experience. I mean, that might mean different things to different people, but you really have got to heal first. This is a great energy for it, by the way, if you're paying attention, watching this reading. Around the 10th, 11th, 12th, 14th of March. Good energy for healing. Maybe another one won't come out. Maybe not. Maybe we just have 2 cards. Strength and Death. We do have the bottom card, 7 of Swords. There's another shadow. And this Strength card is particularly shadowy in this deck. The whole deck's pretty shadowy, right? Guys, you know, at this point, I'm not even sure that I'm gonna put this up. I don't know that there's a huge danger of me putting it up because of the number of subs I have now. But if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because that helps me design content, but also it helps me pull on my subscribers. If you're just coming in randomly, you probably won't get as many readings that resonate, right? Because I'm specifically pulling on my subscribers. That's it, you guys. Remember, there's no reading that comes out of a vacuum, and they're all influenced by the reader as well as the time in which they're pulled. I don't care what anybody says about that. Good luck. Like this video, subscribe, leave a comment if you made it till the end. Love you. Bye.